Alright, what's up, y'all? This is the Little White Pill, and I am the bestie ever, as always. And we've got some special guests today.
Yes.
We have the beautiful Prudence.
Oh, hi,
and we've got Sia. Cool, awesome. And then, oh yeah, we also have Nikita.
She too. And the man who loves women.
And
the Rue who loves women. Yeah.
That's she too, man.
I know, she didn't say anything.
But I said it. Oh, you wanted her? Oh, sorry.
It's fine. Never mind.
Okay.
Let's just
Yeah.
go.
What are you talking about?
Yo, we're gonna discuss the hype around shades, and when I talk about shades, we're talking about skin color shades, from the red bones to the so-called yellow bones.
The black beauties.
And
the licorice men and women.
yeah, basically the
Don't leave
whole
us behind.
rainbow of bones that we've got in our beautiful African continent. Okay, for the guys, I think I'm gonna throw a very random question. For the guys, off the top of your head, yellow bone or dark skin?
Dark.
Dark.
I
Why?
can't.
Wait, let's ask.
Okay.
Let's hear.
I don't know, I just happen to like dark skin women.
Okay.
This is the thing.
Alright.
When you say dark, what do you mean?
Like
Not yellow.
Dark brown.
Because there's that Amarula girl who's an African
like-
original.
okay. Okay.
That's I wouldn't do that.
Okay. Let's. I want to do the extremes,
You're
right?
offensive, bruh.
This is difficult for me.
I want to do the two extremes. I want to do the two extremes,
Okay.
right? Just so that I can get a feel of where we're all at on this topic. So when I talk about Yellowbone, I'm talking about she looks colored.
The yellowest.
Yeah,
The
not
yellow-
the.
well,
Yeah, well, yes,
yellow as it
she's
gets.
as light as she could possibly get.
And eloquent.
And then there's Alec Wick.
Go yellow, bruh.
Alec Weck. Or
It's
I'm
an
going to use
African-
Peter Yongo because no one knows
Yes,
who Alec
good.
is.
I feel like when we look at
Mamadou,
Peter
Peter,
and
yeah.
Alec is darker.
This
What I
is
was
true.
saying was we're looking at the extremes.
Yes.
So
Alec is the
Alec
Sudanese model.
would be the
Goldness.
I would have to say yellow. Not because of the hype, but I like how it looks.
For contrast.
Contrast.
Top day. Top day.
Boy, it
With
looks
him.
flippin' sexy.
With him.
Alright.
Okay, wait,
Okay,
see ya.
cool.
Would you
I
go?
just like dark skin girls, period.
You like them dark,
Dark,
or
dark.
just not
The
like
darker the better.
dark
But like
chocolate?
the berry.
No, not in the dark though. Not in the dark though. You can't say the darker the better. In the dark, you can't see anything.
It's even better because it looks like you're having a moment with your shadow or something.
A pretty shadow.
A pretty shadow. And then it looks
why
like
we
a
throwing
silhouette
shade, yo?
situation.
Alright.
okay. And
Kendrick
the
did
ladies.
say the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
But
Yeah,
can we
I
not
get
say it's
that.
Kendrick's thing?
Did
Because
you?
a few years before Kendrick, Double H
Wale,
said the same thing.
And before that it was Tupac.
Yeah, but no one likes Wale, no one listens to Double H, and Tupac is dead.
No, I agree. Hello,
One
hello.
Day song actually does have
Shades.
such, it's containing the subject because it's his
Oh,
shade.
shade.
It
But
does
no one
say
listens.
that.
No one likes
Yeah,
Wale.
Hello, I sleep on Wale, okay?
Excuse me, you're the only one who has
What's the
it.
base?
I have over 300 hip hop artists in my hip folder. My opinion trumps all of yours.
It doesn't
Nobody
matter.
cares about
Yeah,
So
okay.
I'm
Okay, not
just
about
messing
you.
with you.
It's
I'm
not
just
your
messing
show.
with you.
Discussion.
Stop.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. You see, I told you we should talk about hip hop. I
No,
told you.
No, we'll do that
Okay,
another
yeah,
day.
Did
don't
you,
say
did you
both.
say you liked yellow bones over?
In this situation, in the
Extreme
contrast,
And the contrast.
Yellow, yes.
Extreme.
Yellow.
Okay,
Alright.
ladies.
Okay, ladies.
I'm
Ladies.
sorry, I'm gonna stick with my people.
Really makes sense.
Yellow.
Alright,
That's yellow.
I also actually prefer yellow bones because I feel like you actually see them from a distance. They've got that presence.
the day walkers.
Oh,
Yeah, you know with dark people, yes, they do have the beauty, but you have to search for it.
Hey.
No. No, listen. You don't just see it right away. You don't see it right away. With the yellow bone, you see it from a distance.
But
Now
do you
there's a
see
thing
the
where-
beauty from a distance, or do you see the yellow from the distance?
Amen.
Like there's a thing,
What?
there's a term we coined earlier in our university careers. Been here too long. Yellowbone syndrome. where you see a girl from far and
Muy
she's yellow,
fair.
and you think, wow, she must be
She's a
amazing.
fun boy.
But the minute she gets there, then you get to look for you have to look for beauty, and it's not there. You know what I mean? Whereas with a dark girl, she could be here, and the first thing you think is, maybe she's not pretty. It's just your starting point. The darker
So
they
you can
are,
only go
But
up
she
from
doesn't say
there.
anything.
oh yes.
Oh, sorry,
She
Nikita.
doesn't say her preference.
Because I'm ready to jump in with the black
What's your
brother.
preference?
Sorry.
I'm always for the blackest guy in the room.
Don't give me hanging. Don't give me hanging. No, I couldn't. It's
The
going
thing
around, like you said.
is, nah, with
Very
a-
briefly.
and I'm gonna be very specific, not just a dark guy.
But
You get those guys that have that skin that looks so silky that, my word. And I can actually, I don't know if I have really good vision, but I can actually see more from a dark guy from afar than a light skinned guy. Because light skinned guy, he's just light, I have to squint. And the yellow's too bright, too bright. You have to squint to see if he has all his facial parts there, and then I have to now judge, is it nice or is whatever. But with a black guy, if he has really nice eyes or small eyes, you pick it up immediately. If he has really
The
thick
smile.
big lips or small lips, you can tell immediately. His smile strikes you so hard. You can,
When
Okay.
dark girls smile.
Before we get
Yo,
to, before we get
yo, when dark girls smile.
Before we get to Shitu, let me just answer the question. I love dark skinned brothers. I'm sorry. There's just something about dark skinned brothers that I've
Something
always.
about
An interesting topic. Yeah.
But then, isn't it that we say extreme? Isn't it talking about extreme?
Extreme.
Yeah, like your Alec Wex, yeah. Because I feel like
Honestly,
Toughies
like
to
honestly,
white or star.
nah, man.
highway, no.
That is black and white, bro.
That's black and white.
That was for the previous recording. That was for
Thing
that other
is,
recording.
I'm not necessarily saying that I'm attracted to light skinned guys only.
Yeah.
I'm just saying in
In
the
terms of
extremes.
extremes.
In terms of extremes.
Because honestly, there are a lot of light skinned guys that I've seen, and I don't think they're hot.
Sure.
That like generally, I'm not attracted to them. And
So,
it's
is anybody
just
in here white?
No.
Nobody's white, right?
No.
So, you've been to Europe, right? Have you not?
No.
You've been to Europe. And then have you seen how the Duskin brothers win in Europe?
They do.
Win!
They do.
With
And
white women.
but it's also the same with
It's exotic.
But then
it's
here-
the same with
Yeah.
the white
And then,
guy.
yeah, because here, generally, it's easier to find a dark skinned person than a lighter skinned person. In general. That is a fact. That's a fact. I mean, you can't take that out of the equation. That I mean, for me to find what a dark skinned girl, I don't really have to search though. I mean, we're in Africa.
Interesting factoid, right? I was talking to my friend Martin, right? He's Asian.
Oh yes.
Yes. And
Black
they
women.
have shadism in Asians too.
How?
True story.
Cause
True story.
Excuse my ignorance,
Halo,
but how
halo.
does that happen?
Here's the thing with Asian people, right? Korean, very different from Japanese, very different from Chinese, very different from Thailand, Thai, very different from Taiwanese, very different from Indonesian, very different. They're very different people, right? Now, I was talking to him. He's Taiwanese, and I happened to make a mistake, and I referenced something that is from Thailand. He's like, "Bruh, wrong country, wrong people. They're darker than us." And I'm like, "Whoa, darker? Whoa, shadism in the Asian community, bruh." That happens.
Indians have the very same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Indians have
Indians,
it.
yeah, you can see
Can
them
I
like they're
just
the
say-
light ones and then they're the, hey,
Indian
It's
girls.
the light ones go.
Oh, hot.
Which one?
No, not all
Indian
of
girls.
them.
Yes, not all of
I hate
them.
to just-
There's this other one I saw after I
as
wrote
well.
the semester test. She made my day.
You were just
After that test.
Indians
Wait.
are hot. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
no,
not
no,
one
no,
of
no.
Indians.
They're different Indians.
Indians,
They're
yeah.
the ones that are fused with any other race are hot. Let's say an Indian with a white person, they produce some really beautiful things.
A Indian.
people's opinions.
Indian-
It's fine.
Have
No, I'm
you
saying,
seen
no,
the
I'm
Indian-
saying, let's not disagree with people's opinions. Like, if H feels that they are hot, one cannot disagree with his opinions. So, yeah.
But shadism is not a black thing. It's not a unique black thing. I mean, look at white people. They'll tell you, no, that girl's not tan enough. When they tan, they have to tan and
Apparently, in
different
the 18th century, they used to make their skin more pale. They used to bleach. White people in Europe used to bleach.
because at the time the fashion was the lighter you are, the sexier you are.
But now it's not.
So because poor people worked in the fields, so they had tans. And the richer you are, the lighter your skin. So white women would bleach their skins and put mercury, or was it lead?
Yeah,
I think I've heard something
they look
about
sick
this.
to me.
If you were very pale,
Not even pale and skinny.
like
Shameless.
Now you know half day.
Pale, skinny, and ginger.
Yo.
And freckles.
Okay, let's not
Alright, let's
let's
get
not
away
go there,
from
bro.
this.
Like otherwise, it's gonna become a black on white thing, and no one will go there. What are your guys' thoughts on this hype around
Don't believe the hype.
the shades?
Don't
Can I
believe
finish
the
the question?
Oh, sorry.
Good lord. Now I've gone off track. It's fine. Answer it.
Don't believe the hype.
Why?
Because you don't then choose what you like. When you realize that this is not what you like, it might be too late. You might get that crazy ex now who wants to stab you because you were with her for so long and you decided, no, this is not mine.
Sure.
So
Okay.
if you don't like something, admit to yourself, I
That you
don't like it.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
can I
Okay.
I feel like today is just not my day.
It's not.
There's so much anger towards you.
You're saying something.
I'm sorry. Sia, your thoughts?
No, sorry, what
Nah,
distracted
like for me, I do agree with him. Like most people, it's just okay. No, so she's light skinned. Let's all go there. And when you genuinely look at the person in terms of their beauty and how they're structured and everything, I'm not saying she's inferior, but she's not as beautiful as that other girl who's not as light. And then we give her more attention because of her skin tone. And then as time goes on, it's like I have friends. This one girl in our where I stay, like she's the darkest girl there, and only now they're like, wow, she's beautiful. And I've been saying it took them like nearly 9 months.
That's
You know, and when they see it now, they're like, damn, bro, I should have been like, you see. And then that light skin girl who wasn't as beautiful, and I'm not saying she's inferior in any way, shape, or form, but that girl who just is lighter, they're like, wow, she's hot. Then I was like, nah, guys. And they're like, no, you're crazy. Up to 9 months. Oh no, bro, you're right. I'm like, oh, okay.
I have a friend whose mother told her that if she can date whoever she wants, but when it comes to marriage and the father of her child, it needs to be the closest to white.
How?
So, because she doesn't want dark grandchildren.
How?
So my friend growing up, she's been dating Yellowbones. If you are a dark guy that she really likes, she'll be like,
But my
I'm not ready. No, I thought it was just her preference. But she told me later on that she only dates Yellowbones because her mother told her that she needs to date, her father of her children needs to be the closest shade to white. Because she cannot have ugly children.
I feel like I get why she did what she did, but I think beyond the age of 20, 18,
It became
that's
actually
when
a
you
personal
need to-
preference.
Yeah.
Now she's really...
So her mind was
Only.
conditioned. So I guess one would safely say that her mind was conditioned from a young age up to that point.
Yes, and she fell in love with this yellow-bone-ish guy. And this is someone that ill-treats her, and she's actually been chasing him. And she said, I'd rather be with this guy because at least I love him. And at least he's light.
Out. Get out.
Well,
Forget that.
Yeah, it's not
Forget
about
that.
It's
I
not
would much
married.
rather. Okay, let me not say that.
I feel like this is
Because
gonna
I feel like the universe is gonna throw things at me and I'm not ready, so it's fine. Prudence.
I just think it's unnecessary. Like, people should actually just take time to see. People should actually take time to find, well, not really find, but see beauty in everyone. And I feel like everybody deserves a fair chance in terms of beauty and stuff. And this whole shades thing is just so unnecessary because it's causing unnecessary insecurities to dark skinned girls and stuff.
Okay.
I wasn't saying anything.
No, I
No,
think
like
we are
it's-
asking you a question. Your
A
thoughts,
question.
your
Trend,
views
yeah.
on.
What's your view on the trend?
I personally don't like it because I feel like
It's giving you pressure. You're feeling pressure.
no, I'm not feeling pressure. There's more to me than just my skin color. I'm not just yellow. There's more to me. Like speak to me. Like
Guys?
find out who I am rather than being like she's yellow so she's nice. What if I'm not nice? Like what if we don't you know, we can't get along or whatever. But like that's my whole view on it.
You very briefly.
My opinion on the trend is it's silly, but I understand. People need to classify each other because that's what we do. We find something, we observe it, we decide what its characteristics are. We find differences between it and other things. There's a theory that says if an alien landed on Earth, and saw the borders and the differences and listened to us talk, like these things are crazy, they are all the same. Because honestly, we are all the same, right? If human beings were all black, all tall, all light-skinned, one would have an eye that opens slightly wider than the other, and we would say people with wide eyes are prettier than people with narrow eyes, and that is the way the world would be, and that is the way humans are. We classify and we categorize. That's just it.
So in summary, you think it's dumb?
It's stupid. Very stupid.
Sweet. My view.
Yes.
See, I spoke.
Oh, okay.
He was forced to.
Maybe like I started with him and then I went to see.
Nice.
Speak up. Okay, so my view on a personal level, like talking to a person who says that they would prefer Yellowbones over dark-skinned people. It's your preference. If you justify your preference in such a way that I understand, it's like, okay, when I say you are attracted to Yellowbones, then that's cool. I'm fine with it. Do you? On a population level now, where you know already in magazines they're talking about products that are going out on the market for skin bleaching. Yeah, they are products that go out on the market for skin bleaching. They are skincare products that lighten your skin for a while, and eventually your skin becomes conditioned to a point where it gets lighter, literally. And they emphasize on beauty in that sense. And like you said, it kind of creates some sort of insecurity, especially with young girls. They read these magazines, they go through these ads, and they realize, again, there's something missing. I need to do something in order for me to be validated by society, in order for society to say, no, this chick is beautiful. So on the population level, I think it's like, I agree with you, it's really stupid.
Well, let's look at history, right?
It's been happening.
History ebbs and flows. Trends ebb and flow. Like I saw this video of the most attractive women or the perfect female body image in history, right? And then they showed the ancient Egyptians what they found attractive. And if you compare it to what we find attractive today, and you look at all the times, it's changed so much. Like the ancient Greeks believed that women were deformed men. So if you were a woman and you weren't slightly curvy with small breasts, you were not attractive. So all big-breasted women were unattractive. Nowadays, what we say, big breasts are good. So people implant breasts. And then in the 1920s, you had to be skinny and you had to have a short hairstyle. If you didn't have that, then you weren't attractive, and you had to have a tan. If you didn't have a tan, it meant you didn't go on holidays, so you were poor. And then that was unattractive. Because, like I said, class, we have to class things. And when we classify things, one of the biggest things we classify according to is wealth. We want the best mates. So we want the healthiest looking mates and the wealthiest mates. That's the combination that human beings want.
Earlier this week, someone told me, Nikita, why aren't you full of it? I only spoke to you because I thought we're on the same level, confidence-wise. And I said, well, I think I'm confident enough to get through life. And he's like, yeah, the thing is, when I'm speaking to you, it's like you're confident and then it stops. You should be on that level of, I have natural hair, I am whatever skin color I am a certain shade that's better than most girls on campus, and I have what. And apparently I should be more snobbish. This is my interpretation. I should be snobbish because I look a certain way that most girls don't look like. So he said, I only associate myself and allow myself to speak to people that are either higher or on that level
of confidence.
And I ride on my looks because I know I look good.
No.
I'm like, oh, he's like, yes, girls on campus have to notice. And when I walk by, they have to notice. It's not like I walk around here through student center and the girls don't look. They're all looking at me. I'm like, dude, you're really tall and you're passing by. It's just, okay, guy, walk, carry on. He's like, yeah, but at least it's like, oh, guy. And then they move on.
Oh, wow.
Your response to that was?
When he said certain people, oh, my response to him.
Yeah.
I said I was raised a certain way and I despise people that think that way, naturally. My character does not allow me to be full of myself. And for me, my investment is not how I look, it's what comes out of my mouth. I present myself with what comes out of my mouth rather than what I look. You tell me I'm beautiful, and then what follows? How many guys will come to me and be like, girl, you're pretty? How many girls will come to me, Nikita, you're pretty? And I'm going to say, thank you. And then I'm going to say, so what else? And they're going to be like, yeah, but you're really pretty. And I'm like, that's it. That's temporary. Something's going to happen and I'm going to get a pimple and then I'm not going to be as pretty. And then Nikita's going to be,
Yesterday's hype.
Trying to tie it back to the topic of like shadeism, right? The concept of shadeism is one small aspect of that, of the people trying to describe who's more beautiful, because we have categories for everything. You know, someone has to be the most beautiful, and someone has to be the least beautiful. And right now, we've decided the yellower you are, the more likely you are to be part of the most beautiful, and that's the nature of things. And now that all goes back to the human social. The human as a social animal, and now we must rank. There must be ranks, right? These ranks say beautiful people win, and less beautiful people win less, right? So I understand what he was saying. Like, Nikita, you're beautiful, and he expected you to think, Nikita, you're beautiful as well, and to go around saying, look, I'm beautiful, right? And
so,
and it's a thing that I noticed a lot. There's this girl. I actually said the same thing, but I think I said it less condescendingly to a friend of mine once. She asked me, "Why do you think the society treats me the way it does?" Right? I don't really exactly remember the question she asked. But I told her, this thing, I think about a lot of things. I was supposed to be studying social things so I could come up with all these fancy things that you read about in magazines. But I told her she has a high bitch potential, right? She has the potential to be very arrogant, very crass, very snooty, and get away with it because she's very attractive looking. She was a very beautiful girl, right? Very beautiful. She wasn't even yellow or anything, she was just very gorgeous. She was just an amazing looking girl.
Sweet.
Yes, basically, it's sweet. Yeah. But her behavior did not match what you would expect from someone like that. And that's because we've been taught to expect certain things from certain looking people. Someone beautiful is confident, brave, assertive. You respect them, and therefore they expect that respect, right? And if you are ugly and you've been told your whole life you're ugly, you're going to shy away. You're going to be less confident. It's not that being beautiful makes you confident. It's the way people treat you when you're beautiful that makes you confident, right? And now a lot of people aren't taught humility. And when they're beautiful, they become less humble and their heads just get huge, right? And she didn't have a big head, right? She had the potential to have a big head. It was surprising that a girl so beautiful did not have a big head. But she didn't. And that's exactly what I tried to explain to her. But it wasn't a matter of, now I can't socialize with you because your head's not big enough, which is basically what I'm getting from your story. The guy's basically saying, I have a big head.
His circle is filled with cool-looking people, apparently.
Oh, that's an interesting circle. But how entertaining is that circle? How enriching is it?
Everybody is pretty much the same, and we all pretty much here. What do we have to learn from each other?
But you know, this thing about shade, it's sad because we expect the most good-looking, light-skinned guys, I'm speaking now from my experience, to be like big-headed and rude and obnoxious, because most of them are. And then sometimes you want to speak to this person because you've discovered something about them that you really want to like entertain or talk about or just acquaint yourself with them. But you won't, because you expect him to be like, to just reject you automatically because you're not yellow, you're not dressed fanciest. So why are you talking to me? Do you get? Because it goes from shade and then what those people, those light-skinned people need to be wearing at the same time. You can't just be light.
Yeah.
This is true.
You need to be light,
You have to
stylish,
dress a certain
and
way,
then
you have to
maintain
look a
that
certain
level.
way.
If you're a very stylish, light-skinned girl or guy on campus, and you're the best dressed, that one day you will come to campus in sweatpants. Yeah. People will ask you, "Are you okay? Things at home. School's real, hey?" And you'll be like,
The nicest thing about being dark-skinned is no one really
no one
knows.
cares.
Yeah.
Even if you dress up, even
just
if
get
you're the
away with
most
everything.
stylish person and you're dark, people they
No,
don't.
they don't.
Or
And
if they
if
don't,
you-
if
The
they don't.
struggle. We know the struggle.
Well, yes, you do.
You notice because you're not judgmental and you're not
You're looking at
you're
the
not
trends,
focused. You're not
observing
looking
your
for
friends.
From the
that.
shade.
I'm telling you, those best dressed people, light skinned preferably, on campus are being watched every day. As in, what are they wearing today? Is it the same thing from
It
yesterday?
actually happened to me in first year. One day I was having a very rough day, and I don't know what happened. I just put on clothes, and someone was like, "Are you okay?
You see?
You don't look like this every day." And I was like,
It's so weird. You have to
Wow.
maintain that standard. You're not allowed to be human after that. You are that best dressed Yellowbone figure. Stay there.
I think it's really dumb. I honestly think it's
It's so ridiculous.
It is so
It's so
bad.
ridiculous.
And especially what this guy said to you, like, can a normal average human being, whether they're light or dark, not be confident just because they can? Like,
Apparently, it's you have to be excessive.
there's a difference between confidence and being narcissistic.
And
Yeah,
arrogance.
exactly.
There's a huge difference in my opinion, because how can I put it? It can be.
But it's a very thin line, eh?
Yes, it's a very thin line.
And that's the difficult part. Where, okay, and this, I struggle with this, and I've always struggled with this, where, so I'm gonna be confident, né? It's gonna show. But the minute it shows that I'm confident, I'll be painted as arrogant.
yeah, I've heard that one.
The minute other people
You
feel
tell me,
bad
if you
about
tell
what
me,
you're doing,
if you
it's
tell
the
this
negative.
is how you're beautiful, my response will determine your opinion of me immediately.
Sure.
If I say thank you in a certain tone, like thank you, they'll be like, sure, okay, I was just saying though. And I was like, but I
But you just
received
said,
it
and
well. I
received
received
it.
it very well. But I'll be like, no, oh my gosh, thank you. Then you'll be like, oh, she's actually not aware.
Such a nice person.
We had this discussion in class. We were supposed to be calculating the stresses in a block, but we were talking about humans because they're much more interesting. My friend Vincent was like, your reaction to my comment wasn't very humble, but it's cool because I hate the fakeness that human beings have. You have to be fake humble all the fucking time. Like, you can never say, hey, yesterday was awesome, I picked up 200 rands, they bought KFC at home, and I met this beautiful girl and we fell in love. You can't tell that story. You can only tell the story, I lost 200 rands, we had no food to eat, and, you know, my girlfriend dumped me. That's the only story you're allowed to show the world. Otherwise, you're bragging. Why are you bragging? Why you gotta floss? Why you gotta stunt? Why you gotta flex? You know, no, I'm not flexing. I'm telling you what happened in my life. And if you don't want to listen to it, go away. You know what I mean? What must I do? I must always present this image of being down, humble, lesser than. And it's such fake humility. And we can all see that it's such fake humility.
There is this thing where the lighter you are, the less struggle. I don't know if you've picked it up. It's if you're lighter, what do you have to complain about?
Yeah.
But if
struggles
I'm
do you
dark,
have in your life?
if I'm darker than you, I mean I have problems and you must believe them. But if I'm lighter,
But for some reason, I think it's really, it's easy.
if you
It's
look a
actually really
certain
easy
way,
to believe someone who's dark.
if you look a certain way and you dress a certain way, if you tell me that you didn't have money for tuition, people will not believe. They'll be like, why are you trying to fit in with us? I've been told in high school, And this was my life, where money at home, and it still is, but not in like, oh my gosh, I'm poor. But you get times where it's rough. It's month end, we must just wait for that, and then life must continue. You tell your friends, like, you can't even bring a lunchbox because there's nothing in the fridge. I'm in high school, I'm eating an apple, that's it, the whole day. And I'm like, okay. They were like, guys, it's real. I'm like, I know, right? They're like, Nikita, no, you don't have to fit in with us. I'm like, sorry? They're like, we know you're rich at home. You don't have to act when you get here. I'm like, I'm rich at my house. They're like, yeah. They're like, look at you. You don't dress bad. But they don't notice that you've been wearing the same clothes for multiple years.
Sure.
The last time you went shopping was when you were younger. But you
And
haven't...
for the future.
Exactly.
They don't buy for now.
You haven't grown much, so you still fit in your clothing. Because when you're younger, you don't gain weight and lose it like when you're older. So they don't notice that you've been wearing the same thing, but it's a matter of wearing it today and then thinking, okay, I'll wear it on Friday again because they won't remember. They don't understand.
They don't realize that your mom drives the Audi, yes, but your dad's driving an old Corolla.
Yeah.
And you live in a one-room house.
If you have a car.
If you have a car.
I have a light-skinned friend, Yellowbone, actually. She's the lightest. And she goes around asking people for money. But because she's Yellowbone, she gets away with it. Free lunch. People don't know the struggle she goes through at home. But she's known as the fly Yellowbone. She has her own. She's living, she's fly, and all of this and this and this. If she says, I'm struggling at home, no one will believe her.
But then she create the image.
No, and
Yeah,
the image
yeah.
was, I think the image was thrust upon it. Like we said, there's a positive to it. There's, look at you, you're yellow, you are the cream of the crop, you're the best. But now when you start to struggle being yellow, because your yellowness does not mean anything, actually. It just means you have less melanin, like you said. Right? It just means you have less melanin in your skin. It doesn't necessarily mean you're smarter, it doesn't mean you're more confident, you're stronger, you're more adept to survival. So when you fall on hard times and you're in that group of people who are great, it's like when you see a white person begging on the street. Like, what's your first thought? My first thought is, I have to take every chance. That's my first thought.
I just think they're going to
I
drown.
like that because it's honest. It's not what we want to hear, but it's honest.
That's my first thought. My first thought when I see a white person begging is, not you, the other guy. He's
The
yes.
thing is, you've been conditioned. Like,
I don't disagree. This is conditioning, right? And now we've been conditioned. Yellow people are successful. They're happy. They're pretty. They're gorgeous. They're the top, right? And dark people are the ones who are suffering. One person even once said, "You've never seen a Yellowbone homeless guy."
Hey.
You don't see those.
And that's what I'm saying, because
Let's be honest, it's because
They don't-
sunburn, the dirt.
they don't realize that if they actually retrace my friend's footsteps, they realize this girl is forever asking for money. There's something wrong.
Yeah.
But if I was to be like, he's gonna borrow 5 rand.
all the time.
Why?
It's like, why?
Only that 5 rand though.
Yeah, exactly.
Why do you need money? I feel like it's the 15th. You should have money. Don't you get paid they don't know if at your house they get paid on the 15th or the 30th. They don't know if your parents give you money. They don't know if you do have money. They don't know if you have parents. They don't know if you have parents. But because you're darker, they're gonna question, why do you want my money? But if I'm yellow and I come to you,
The question is
then
no
it's,
longer.
yeah, sure,
It's no
no
longer
problem.
why is this person asking for my money. It's what can I do to get into this pretty person's good books. And that's the way the world works.
Sweeter the juice, the blacker the more belly.
No,
I don't know what the rest of the song
I'm okay. I'm one person who will never contribute to the hype. Like, I've never given, let me say, light-skinned guys who feel entitled because they're light-skinned, they never get the time of day from someone like me. And I remember this one guy in high school, he called me a bitch because I was like, listen, I feel like you're not someone I want to hang out with because you're arrogant, and I don't know what it is about you that makes you arrogant, but I just feel like, and I knew then that it was because he was light-skinned. He felt that he could go to any girl. He could pick a random girl in the classroom and be like, hey, I've been watching you, and I like you, and I know that you like me too,
Give me
Which is pretty much the situation. And I was like, no, I'm sorry.
There's a term for that friends of mine coined. Undesired. How a Yellowbone can just walk up to a girl, no effort, and be like, and breathe, and the girl will be like, and then someone he's winning.
Like I've never given them.
I have such an adverse reaction to girls who go through their lives like that. It's terrible. I think I'm a very terrible person sometimes. And it's worse when you've never been told no, then you come to me, you're going to have a bad time.
For real.
If you've never been told no in your life, and you come to me and you expect I'm going to fondle over myself.
For real.
The thing is, dog, these light-skinned girls, like, they don't understand the meaning of that word. No offense. But genuinely,
I'm not one of those people.
I mean, it's on so many occasions. And then, like, she'll just come through, she'll talk to you, and ask for, like, a stupid favor, like, hold my boobs, whatever. I mean, like, when you have hands, don't you? And then at that point in time, she'll be, like, so insulted and confused simultaneously. You're like, but do you not have hands? It's the little things that she does, and you're like, but I'm not trying to do anything more than if I'm happy in the friend zone. I don't want to be your bae or side nigga.
The girl will come to you and like, give me your attention. And I'm like, no, I am with my girlfriend, right? She's like, you place another girl above me. I am beautiful. How dare you? At that time, maybe your girlfriend isn't like the hottest girl there. Maybe she's dark-skinned, but she's got something. She's your girlfriend for a reason. She's got something that you want. And now you're going to give her attention. Why? Because she's your girlfriend. She's important to you. Now this ditzy little thing comes through and she's like, no, give me all your attention. I'm like, no, calm yourself.
Speak to you.
Same time, man.
But like, I mean, you see it everywhere. Like,
it's everywhere.
Legitimately everywhere. Like, they genuinely have no idea how to cope with being denied whatever they want. Because if happiness going your way from the get-go, as soon as anything but you're used to happens, you're in a state of shock. You don't know how to cope with it. It's like whenever I've seen this, dark-skinned dude go up to a light-skinned girl, she'll say she's colored, talks to her, and then asks for a number, and then she's like 07. The reaction on his face is, what? I'm getting the phone numbers, and then after that, I guarantee you, he will count the number of numbers and see if it's not like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Just to check.
Just to make sure. He's gonna be like, wow. I mean, she gave me the time of day, and it's like,
but Shane, you know, when you show a girl that, Shane, you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah.
No, granted, but I'm saying like some dudes, like, how do I put it? He'll try to hide it, right? But
as soon as he's gone from that situation.
No, please hide it.
No, granted.
Go and dance and enjoy
it. Sure.
Because once you show a girl that she is above right now, and she holds the advantage, she will use you so hard.
Okay, we're straying off topic.
We really are. Generally, like, then it's like, okay, she's lighter, so I understand. You know, like, nigga gets curved. It's like, no, okay, she's light skinned, it's fine. Sends a text now after like an hour. She responded, wow.
The texting thing.
Texting
we were talking about
Yesterday, I told you.
Like,
it took an hour?
Hi, and then she responds in an hour. That's like, why? And then you're like, how are you? And then she takes another hour.
With a 1-minute response.
She reads it.
Then she waits.
But because she's light skinned, you're gonna make excuses for her.
Yeah.
She's busy studying.
I don't take that. I don't take
You
that.
don't do that.
I stopped trying. I'll do it like twice, and then I put it.
I'll delete the
No,
numbers.
I'm that person.
No,
Because
but
I'm
you need
busy.
to know a person.
Look, I will read. There's time, and then something will happen, and then I'll have to do that.
But then
For me-
are you always that way?
If you're always that way, it's fine. You know those people who you can see they're online. This person is online and typing. They're just doing it on purpose.
Sometimes
The
it'll be
profile
online
picture
and she'll
changes.
sit there. That's worse.
A couple of hours.
It
You actually
changes.
wait for her to change so
And
you
then you
can
get
say
it
hi.
after like three hours.
No,
It's
that's
like,
bad.
okay, nah, I'm deleting it.
And if a girl does that, she's not interested.
And then as soon as you back away, she'll be
If a
like,
human
hey,
does
hi,
that.
how are you?
Yeah, I haven't heard from you in a long time. Like, what's
These
going on?
girls.
Then
The thing is, they remember that this guy actually is valuable. Like, he's a nice guy.
They
So
want,
he will be
it has
useful in
nothing
my
to
life.
do with you. It's the attention.
Yes.
They want the attention.
Yes, that's actually what it is.
And it's not just girls. Let's stay away
It's the
from
brothers
girls.
too.
Guys do it
Brothers
too.
too.
You know, guys do it too. The guys who actively crave and seek the attention of females, of other people as well. All people want attention. You want attention, I want attention, we all want attention. Some people live on attention. If I don't get attention from you, you're not important.
Yes.
I will immediately say, okay, maybe I need some time with another human, and I will go get it somewhere else. You are clearly not available. So I'll move on with my life. I will not get hung up on you. But some people require all the attention from all the people, always. Otherwise, they're just not happy. They're not complete. And because of that, the minute you are not, stroking their ego, feeding into their attention, they pull away from you. I know a girl who, like I said, I'll tell you no. If you've never heard no in your life, you will hear it here first, right? And I told her, I was like, no.
I said these words first.
the way you're behaving is wrong. You're being childish. You're being spoiled. I'm a person. I have feelings. You must consider me, right? These are other people. They have feelings. You must consider them. You are not the only person. You are not that special. You're special. You're unique. You're not that special. You're not that unique. You are one human out of 7 billion, right? You could die today. It won't matter. Okay, that's just deeper into my own business. But I told her that, and she went away. She was nearly crying. She came back the next week. She's like, "You are the best friend a person could have. You've shown me the wrong I've been doing in my life. I want to change." And she became a better person. She's a better person.
I'm also that person.
Convert, my nigga, convert.
Preaching.
I'm also that I do not stroke egos.
Yeah.
If it needs to be stroked, I'll stroke it. By all means, I'm not a hater. I appreciate everyone. People will probably think I'm lesbian. I compliment girls like no one's business. Even if you're Yellowbone and it's obvious that you're pretty, I'm not going to assume that everyone tells you you're pretty. I'm going to tell you you're pretty and I'm going to walk away.
I'm not going to live to stroke you.
But if you're doing the wrong thing, I'm going to tell you you're doing the wrong thing. And I don't care if you look a certain way or you smell nice every day. I don't care. I will tell you.
But then for me, it's a matter of, do I know you on that level?
Yes.
Even if I don't know that level, I might be the only person you'll hear it from, and that might change your life.
The thing is, for me, it's not my job or responsibility.
To sometimes it's not your place.
It's like, for example, this one time, I learned this lesson. This girl comes up to, she's light skinned, whatever, so she goes up to me. I see her, I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" Like, so you are where you've kind of been dating a little bit, I never knew that was the wrong thing to do back in high school. I was really, really off. And then she got so angry at me, whatever. She's like, you are so heartless, you're a dick. And then 3 months passed, she didn't talk to me, right? Granted, after the 3 months, we meet again here at varsity. She's like, when you told me that my friends would lie to me and say that I look fine, whatever. And now, I've lost some weight, I'm healthy now, I'm fit, whatever. She's like, thank you very much. I'm like, yeah, but it took me 3 months to just to talk to me thereafter, it took 3 months.
But come on, she's human.
No, granted, what I'm saying is sometimes, the levels in which you know a person. If I was more of her confidant, then I told her that, it would have, been received differently, you understand?
No, of course.
But not because I was further off, which is why, if girl is doing whatever she's doing, regardless of her shape, do whatever you do, boo-boo. Do you. I'm not going to come there and do nah. But if it is that, I know you on that level, then I will.
Okay. Final thoughts, everyone?
Don't believe the hype.
Don't believe the hype.
For me, it's good to give credit where it's due. If somebody looks good, by all means, throw compliments if you feel it's necessary. But at some point, it has to stop before it becomes ass kissing. Because that person is light skinned or whatever. Yeah.
I like what I like.
I like what I like. I like that.
Next week.
No, I agree with everyone. I don't really have any final anything.
Okay.
Well, sweet then.
And
We are out.
In my closing, the amount of melanin you have or don't have in your skin, whether it makes you a black person, a white person, whether you are of Asian descent, black descent, white descent, doesn't have as much a factor to play with who you are as a person as who you are as a person does. So be good, regardless of how you look. Thank you.
Sure.